How you guys doing today? I know you guys can't respond to this, and even if you could, I don't want to hear about it, because it's Monday. You're probably tired and cranky, and you're saying, I ain't got time for this. Well, guess what? We ain't got time for it either. In fact, we only have 60 seconds to tell you all about the world's current events in this edition of 60-Second World News.
Hey Oilers, my name is Emma Sexton, and I'm here to explain to you in 60 seconds what's been going on in the world, because more than 60 seconds might be too depressing for us to hear about. The U.S. took home 5 gold medals, 1 silver medal, and 2 bronze medals in the Winter Olympics this year. Special shout out to Shaun White and Chloe Kim. She's our age, and if that doesn't make you want to rethink your life, I don't know what will, for taking home the gold medals. Cyril Ramaphosa, and I'll remind you that mispronunciation is my thing, just became the leader of South Africa, which is great as their old leader, Jacob Zuma, is facing charges for corruption. Also, a guy impersonating Kim Jong-un danced in front of a bunch of cheerleaders at the Unified Korea's ice hockey match with Japan, and they weren't too happy. Kim Jong-un probably wasn't too happy either. Taking a break from the timer, on Wednesday, February 14th in Parkland, Florida, 17 people were left dead and 14 were injured in a school shooting at MSD High School when a mentally ill student who had been previously expelled from the school came onto campus with a rifle. Our hearts and minds go out to the teachers, students, families, and of course those who were killed or injured in the shooting. In 2018 so far, there have been 18 school shootings, and although we shouldn't sit petrified of these events, it is extremely important to remember to be prepared. Know where you should go in every classroom that you have. Know where you could run if you're outside. We do have a police station right across the street. Also, for iPhone users, if you click your on and off button 5 times on your phone, you can send out an emergency SOS and notify authorities if anything were to happen. I couldn't put the situation into words any better than what an administrator from MSD actually said. This has been a day where we've seen the worst of humanity. Tomorrow is going to bring out the best in humanity as we come together to move forward from this unspeakable tragedy. Our hearts go out to you in Florida, and as Oilers, we're hoping for better days. Thank you for listening, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.
You need to start studying for the SAT. Yes, start studying for the SAT. You're thinking, I don't need to start studying yet, but you do, because before you know it, you find out a 400 is the lowest you can possibly get. So here's Shane on how to not mess up your entire life by failing the test that lets colleges know how stupid you are.
Hey guys, Shane here. Spring is almost here, and you know what that means, standardized testing. That's why I'm here to give you a survival guide on how to survive the ACT and SAT tests. Tip number 1. Research which test is right for you. If you're more of a science person, take the ACT. If you're not, take the SAT. Both have math and English, so make sure to study those theorems and those grammar rules. Tip number 2, learn how to study. Studying with friends is a great idea. Hey Luke, what's the quadratic formula? All right. Also, there's books online that have the test formatted that'll help you study and give you practice questions. Tip number 3, manage your time wisely. Each test is 5 hours with breaks in between, so if you know what you're getting into, you can do better. Tip number 4. Tip number 4. Don't be afraid to make an educated guess. The test is designed to test you on what you know, so skipping an answer will dock you more points than guessing incorrectly. Tip number 5, don't be afraid to switch tests or retake the test. Colleges only look at your best score, so if you don't like your score, don't be afraid to retake it, or if you didn't like the test in general, switch to the other test. I know you're gonna do great, Oilers. Until then, see you later.
Better start studying, kids. If you study really hard, I'll give you a cookie. Speaking of cookies, did you know you could buy cookie grams for other people's birthday? Yeah, the delivery happens the last Thursday of every month. Just talk to ASB if you want to give someone some cookies. Here's the birthdays of this month. So if you see someone with some cookies on this day, you know somebody really cares about them. I mean, no one ever sent me cookies. Speaking of birthdays, you're all invited to one. Steffi and Cindy's Surf City Sweet 16. It's actually a live immersive play with a live band that I'm a part of. So here's Max Kozik with the details.
Come to the Student Center at 6:30 on February 21st and 22nd to see Steffi and Cindy's Surf City Sweet 16, an immersive comedy presented by Actors Rep.
An audience member can expect to be more involved in this show than a typical play, as this show has a lot of audience involvement and characters interacting.
The characters aren't disconnected from the audience. They're sitting there with you, and you can talk to them, and you can be very much involved in the plot of the story.
During rehearsal, we are forced to imagine our audience to try to interact with them and kind of running around the tables.
For example, one of our actors goes up and tells pickup lines to audience members.
Girl, you must be approved because you sweat me off my feet.
The role that I play is Zach.
I play Ed Jennings.
I play Rhone.
He's the uncle of one of the birthday girls.
He's a waiter for the event that's happening, Steffi and Cindy's birthday party.
He is the ladies' man.
I just expect a lot of involvement from the cast.
And basically cringily hits on every female in the audience.
Admission is $17 for adults and $10 for students. It includes free food, audience interaction, a live band, and dancing.
That seems like fun, but sometimes it seems like teenagers speak another language. But some people here speak 2 or even more languages. I can't imagine learning another whole language, even though it's a requirement to take a class to learn a language.
About 50% of the world's population knows at least 2 languages. Some studies have shown that learning another language can slow mental aging up to 4 years. We talked to students here at HBHS to see how biliteracy can benefit people.
I think what a lot of people usually think is the hardest part is like picking up the words and picking up the language. But for me personally, I know the hardest part was actually just getting comfortable.
I actually know 3 languages. I speak English, Chinese, and Spanish. And the reason being is that my mom is Chinese and my dad's Hispanic. So growing up, I had a lot of influence from them in regards to learning other languages.
I just think it's super important to speak 2 languages. So I will be getting my seal of biliteracy at graduation this year. Super excited about that. But I'm going to keep going with Spanish after high school.
I would definitely suggest trying to learn a new language because it does open a lot of doors both in college and in your future. It provides a way to access new information, new people, new cultures.
It's surprising, it's fun, and it enriches your brain in new ways.
Wow, it seems pretty hard to become bilingual. Those students really worked hard. Back to you in the studio, Aaron.
You know what's a language I'd like to learn? I'd like to learn the language of being nice to each other. Here's Bishop Rhone's award-winning PSA on how to stop bullying.
Don't let me show cruelty, though I may make mistakes. Don't let me show ugliness, though I know I can hate. And don't let me show evil, though it might be all I take. Show me love, show me love, show me love. And don't let me think too long of the one I'm bound to face. Show me love, show me love, show me love.
Wow, that was amazing. You know what else is amazing? Sadies. Girls, it's time to ask your man to Sadies, but maybe you don't have a date. Well, have you tried asking? Maybe try asking that cute boy in your English class. Maybe that kid who always stares at you at history. He definitely likes you. Or maybe you should take a risk. Ask that good-looking anchor on Campus Update. You know the one. Funny, cute, always has something clever to say. Max Kozik. And me, of course. I am an option. Speaking of options you'll probably regret later, Taco Bell has fries now. Wait, Taco Bell has fries now?
Hold on. Hold on. I just got back from Taco Bell to try this new amazing item, the Nacho Fries. Present the cheese sauce. Oh. That's gonna be good. All right, let's try it. Huh. Well, they're fries with cheese sauce. Back to the studio, I guess.
Well, maybe Taco Bell should stick to making authentic Mexican food. Well, that's all we have for today, Oilers. And remember, I'm not going to say stay classy, because that's very unoriginal. I've heard that line almost every day since my freshman year. And you know what? We should be the ones saying that. It's called Anchorman, not Announcement Man. I see you, Dave Huffman, hiding behind your voice of gold. We're catching on to you, buddy.
You're catching on to me, Aaron. Good. Let's see what it looks like when a professional handles the news. Hello, Oilers. In case you missed it, the Mardi Gras parade happened last week, so we're going to end the show with a few clips from it. Thanks for watching Campus Update, Oilers, and stay classy.